Hi everyone, I'm Jackie. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this granny chevron pattern. I think it would make a really cute Afghan. I used 4 different colors, and you can even do it just one solid color, or maybe not as many changes of color. It depends, I guess, on how much you like to weave in ends, which I don't, but I think this looks really pretty with all these different colors. It's a good way to use up all your scraps of yarn. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. I plan on doing maybe one a week. I'm working on a scarf that I'm going to do a tutorial of when I get it done. And I'm going to do several baby blankets and other patterns and granny squares. So please subscribe so you don't miss any of those. And so we'll get started. I'm using a 6mm hook, and each one of these, just so you know, is about 6 inches wide. So we're going to do a multiple of 24. I've got 48 chains here. I went ahead and did that. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1, and now we're going to go back, and we're going to skip this first chain, and we are going to do 1 single crochet in each chain until we get to the end. So go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. Okay, I've got all my single crochets. So now when you're at the end of your row, we're going to chain 3. We're going to turn our work. And now we are going to skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3. And then the 4th one, we're going to do 3 double crochets. Just like that. Now we're going to skip 2 more chains, and then the 3rd chain, we're going to do 3 more double crochets. And now we're going to skip 2 more, and we're going to go in that 3rd chain, and we're going to do 3 more double crochets in that same stitch. So now we have our chain 3, and we've got 3 sets of 3 double crochets in each stitch. And at the end of each row and the beginning of each row, you're going to start out with 3 sets of 3 double crochets, and at the end you're going to end with the same 3 sets of 3 double crochets. Okay, so now once you have those 3 sets, we're going to make our heel. We're going to skip 2, and we're going to, in that 3rd one, we're going to do 3 double crochets. Now we're going to chain 3. Now in that excuse me, same stitch, we are going to do 3 more double crochets. Okay, so now we have our first heel. Now we're going to skip 2, and in our 3rd stitch we're going to do 3 double crochets in the same stitch. Now we're going to skip 2 more. We're going to do 3 double crochets in that same space. Okay, so now there's our 2 sets of 3 double crochets. Now we're going to do our valley. So we're going to skip 2, 1, 2, We're going to do, we're going to do 3 clusters of double crochets. So how we do that, we'll wrap your yarn over. Okay, first make sure you skip these first 2 stitches. Go in the 3rd one. I'm going to yarn over, bring up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2. And we need to do that 2 more times. Yarn over, back in the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2. And 1 more time, yarn over, go through the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2. So now you have 4 loops on your hook. And now we're going to go through all of those, just like that. That's our double crochet cluster. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to skip 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that 5th one, we're going to go in there and we're going to do the same thing. 3 double crochet clusters. So yarn over. I just did the first one. So yarn over. Go back in your stitch. Yarn over. Pull up a loop. Yarn over. Go through the first 2. Yarn over. Go back in. Yarn over. Pull up a loop. Yarn over. Go through the first 2. And now you've got 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over. And go through all of them. Okay, so now we have our first hill. And now we have our valley. That's what I call them. Okay, so now we're going to do 2 more sets of 3 double crochets together. So we're going to skip 2 stitches in the 3rd one. We're going to do 3 double crochets. Just like that. We're going to do 1 more, skip 2 stitches in the 3rd one. Do 3 doubles. Just like that. Okay, so now we're ready to do our next hill. So we're going to skip 2. 1, 2. And then the 3rd one, we're going to do 3 doubles. I used a bright color of yarn, so I'm hoping that it will show up easier for you to see what I'm doing. Okay, so there's my 3 doubles. Now I'm going to chain 3. And I'm going to do 3 more doubles in that same stitch. Just like that. So it should look like this right now. Okay. So now I'm at the end. So I'm going to just have room to do my 3 sets of 3 double crochets. Okay, so I've got my hill there. So I'm going to skip 2. And then that 3rd one, I'm going to do 3 doubles. Like that. And I'm going to skip 2. And then that 3rd one. There's 3 more double crochets. And there's 3 more. Okay, so there's my hill. And then I've got my 3 sets of 3 double crochets there. And now at the end, we're going to skip 2 chains. And in our very last stitch here, we're going to do a double crochet. Let's see if I can find it there. Okay, there we go. Okay, now that's our first row. And in case you want to change colors out, I'm going to go ahead and just do it one time so you'll know how to do it. What I do is I'll go ahead, cut my color there, and I'll get my new color and just wrap it over the hook just like that. Bring it through, kind of tighten it up. Now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to tie those together. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to turn our work. And now we're starting on our row 2. Okay, so now we are going to skip this space and skip over these the set of 3 double crochets. And in each space, until you get to your heel, you're going to do 3 double crochets. Whoops, it all came out. I got one more space. Okay, now I'm at the top of my heel, so I'm going to do 3 double crochets. Then I'm going to chain 3. And I'm going to go right back in that same stitch, or now it's a chain 3 space. And I'm going to do 3 more. After the first row, it's easier because you're really working now in the spaces. Okay, so there's my first hill. Now we're going to go all the way down until we come to our valley. Do 3 double crochets in each space. Okay. Now once you reach your valley, you're going to have your 2 sets of 3 double crochets. Okay, now we're going to skip over the set of 3 double crochets, and here's our 2 double crochet clusters. We're not going to go in the middle of those. We're going to go on each side, and we're going to do a double crochet cluster. So I'm going in right there. Yarn over, bring up a loop, yarn over, go through your first 2, yarn over, go back in, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go back in there, yarn over, pull up another loop, yarn over, and go through the first 2. Now you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, and go through all 4 of those. And now we're going to go on the other side of our valley. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, yarn over, go back in, yarn over, bring up a loop, yarn over, go through this first 2. How many I got? I got 3. So I've got 4 loops on my hook. Now I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to go through all those. And so continue that until you get to the end of the row. Do your last set of 3 double crochets right here, and I'll show you how to end the row right there. Okay, I'm at my last set of 3 double crochets. Okay, there's my last 3. Now what you're going to want to do is right here in this chain 3 space, we're going to do a double crochet. Just go in the space, not in a stitch, but in that space. Do a double crochet, just like that. And don't worry about if it doesn't look like it's going to be straightened up, because it will. Now we're going to chain 3. I'm not going to change colors this time. Turn your work. Oops. Now we're going to skip over this first set of double crochets, and we're going to go in this space here. Just like that. And just continue until you get to your heel. So see, we're at the beginning, so we're going to have to do 3 sets of double crochets. Always at the end and the beginning, you do 3 sets of 3 double crochets, never in the middle. Okay, so now we're at the top of our heel, so we'll do our 3 double crochets. Chain 3, and now 3 more. Just like that. And just continue with your 3 double crochets in each space. And remember, when you get down here to your valley, don't do anything in the middle in between them. Just go on each side and do your 3 double crochet clusters and continue that, and I'll meet you at the end here. Okay, I'm at the end of my row. I've done my last set of 3 double crochets. So I'm going to skip over this these 3 double crochets from the previous row, and in this chain 3 space, I'm going to do my double crochet, just like that. And now we're going to chain 3, turn our work, and just start all over. Oh, I lost my yarn there. Skip over these first 3 here, and just keep continuing until you get the size you want. And I just noticed these colors I think would make a great baby blanket. See, when you lay it down, like I said before, these will straighten out, and the more you get, the more rows you get done, the better it will even look. And just continue until you get it the size you want. I think it would be great for a Afghan, especially in the different colors. I'll take you up to the next row or hill here, and then so you can kind of see more what it looks like. Okay, there's 3. Now I'm going to chain my 3, and I'm going to do my last set of 3 doubles. And 3. And there's my first hill on the row. And it's starting to take shape now. And that's all there is to it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. And thank you for watching today, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye.